Hello students, welcome back to computer science classes of class 12. Hope all of you are doing well. This session will be the next part of computer networks. Let us see what are the topics that we are going to cover. Today we will be covering topologies, the network topologies. Let us see what is a topology. Topology is nothing but the laydown of the computer devices or your computer systems. So topology, you can also say it is a pattern of interconnections of nodes, that is the computer or the any client or anything in a local network, that is your LAN. So it also helps to select the communication medium and other network devices. And one very important thing, when we will be choosing any particular type of topology, we have to make sure that the installation is minimum and the network is designed is very reliable and flexible. Now the basic component or basic characteristics of a network topology is a point-to-point link. This point-to-point link is that each transmitter transmits to exactly one receiver and each receiver receives exactly from one transmitter. The transmission might occur on a single medium like a single wire or over separate wires like this. This is the point-to-point link. In the figure you can understand. Now let us understand what are the different types of network topologies. Basically we have got bus topology, star topology and tree topology. Involving or by inculcating these two or three in together, then we can have hybrid topology as well. But these are the three basic one. Let us understand them one by one. The bus topology. Bus topology is also known as linear topology. Why? You can just see the figure over here. This bus topology has a base. You can say also call it as a backbone. Okay. This is the backbone. Like you have got your spinal cord as the backbone. In the same way, this type of topology has got a backbone with which, or a wire basically, with which all the other computers are connected. Okay, these computers are not connected with each other, but they are connected with each other through a wire. So whenever one computer gets disconnected or gets damaged, it does not affect the whole system. But if this backbone is disconnected or backbone is damaged, then the whole network layering or the whole net topology gets damaged. Let us see what type of cable options are there over here. We can use the thick net and thin net. The thin net is also known as 10^2 and the thick net is also known as 10^5. In our previous session, we have learned this thick net and thin net in wired networking, right? Wired communication channel or transmission media. Now we have got, let us understand the working, how this bus topology work. So a device wanting to communicate with another device on network, then what it does, it just sends a message, it broadcasts. What do you mean by this broadcast? It will send it and let everyone can hear it. And then the receiver, what it does, it will see the header of that particular message and then it will identify, okay, my name is there, I am as the destinations and I will take it. Understood? So this type of working is there. Or in a brief, you can say the whole message is divided in some small blocks, that is called as packets, like your packet switching is done in the same way. So the packet is having some header containing the destination address that I have already explained. So when this data is transmitted on the cable, then the destination code sorry, identified by the address on the packet and thereby they process the data. So this is the whole working. Now let us understand what are the advantages. As you all know, the common data path connecting all the nodes, we have that backbone, right? So it uses very short cable length, which is very considerably reducing the installation cost. Obviously one single line, one single cable is enough. And then the linear architecture is very simple and reliable, anyone can lay out it. Additional nodes can be easily connected, like in this figure. I'll just show you, like I have got this backbone and here the first computer, second computer, third computer, fourth computer. Now after having this whole setup, in meanwhile I thought of having one more computer. I can add it over here or I can just remove this one from here. So installation or adding or removing the nodes is very easy over here. Now moving to disadvantages, the fault detection is very difficult. This is because control of the network is not centralized in any particular node, because everyone is linked to that whole wire. So if a node is faulty on the bus, detection of fault may have to be performed at many points of the network. Got it? And if the central bus length becomes too long, then repeaters might have to be used. Or you can say each node is directly connected to the central bus, that is your backbone. So there has to be some way of decoding who can use the network at any given time. So these are the disadvantages. Next we have got star topology. Star means there is something at the middle with which all the computers are connected to that. So that is your star. And the middle one is called the hub or the server, and the rest one are called the client. Okay. Like this. I'm not having space over here, so like this. So what is the basic point over here? That each node has a dedicated set of wires and connecting to the central network hub or the server. Now since all traffic passes through the hub becomes central point, and for isolating network problems, the gathering network statistics. Now this type of topology is used for most existing information networks for data communication or voice communication. Now let us see this diagram which I have just drawn. It is given over here. You can see this one. This is the hub, and with which rest of the computers are connected to this hub. Okay, you can just understand it is just like the client server architecture. Moving to the advantages of star topology. If failure of single connection does not affect the entire network, it just involves disconnecting one node, just like your bus. And one more thing, this also helps in easy reconfiguration. Fault detection is easier. Yes. Access protocols being used in a star network, and very simple since the central node has the control. So the transmission of data is very easy. What is the disadvantage? Since every node is directly connected to the center, so large amount of data is needed, which increases the installation of cost. And moreover, since the central node is dependent, so the entire, or you can say the entire network is dependent on the central node. So if the central node or the hub gets damaged or fails, then the whole network will goes down. Moving to tree topology. Tree topology is a combination of bus and star. You can just see the figure over here. It is just like bus and star. How come? Like if you connect these three, if we just consider these hubs, these are just bus, and if you say this is a star one, right? So hope you have understood why it is combination of star and bus. So the tree topology is combination of bus and star, and this network looks like an inverted tree, right? You can just go through this image, you can understand, and the central root branching and the sub branching down to the nodes. So it integrates multiple star topologies together onto a bus, which I have just now explained. So in its simplest form, only hub devices connect directly to the tree bus, right? So the bus or the star hybrid approach supports future expandability of the network, which much better than a bus or a particular star. With this, we are completing today's session. I hope the different types of topologies are clear to you all. If you have any doubt, do contact me. Keep learning. Thank you.